Hey there guys, what's going on? Today we've got another video in our best class setups in Modern Warfare videos, and we've got an absolute doozy here today. Have the recent MP5 nerfs got you down? Have really minor changes to your favourite weapon cause you to give up on the game forever? Well, worry no more. I've got you covered with one of my favourite classes in the game at the moment, a class which is so spicy we had to record 2 games worth of gameplay because we stomped the enemy so hard in the first game. So today we are taking a look at probably the best org setup that you can get in Modern Warfare. But just before we get into the class setup here, let's try and get this video to 6 likes. The support has been absolutely amazing at the moment. You guys have been so great clicking on all the videos, liking and subscribing and doing all those lovely things. We are of course still dangerously close to 400 subscribers, so we're getting close all the time. So if you haven't already, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss any more of my videos. Let's talk about the org. Alright, so the org is basically a hybrid weapon, a very good mix between an SMG and an assault rifle. Like assault rifle levels of range with SMG handling is all you could ask for with a gun in this game. I've typically been using the 5.56 NATO rounds on most of my org setups, but when I was leveling up the org previously, I found that the regular stock SMG bullets were actually really good too. With the right attachments, you can actually make the org really effective at range while not sacrificing that recoil control that you do have to do sometimes with the 5.56 ammo. I found that particular ammo to be a little bit unreliable sometimes, so this setup really does do the job for me. You can see in the background we absolutely stomped the enemy team here. I'm pretty sure the shoot house game that you're looking at right now only went for about 5 minutes, which is just dumb. So you can do some serious work with this class, so let's talk about it. Alrighty, we will start off with our sidearm perks and grenade choices here. So if you've watched any of my videos before, these are usually pretty much the same over all of my classes, so we'll go over this kind of quickly. The sidearm I have chosen is the 357 snake shot revolver. It's hard to argue that this is the best pistol in the game. Like, this is definitely number one for me. The pocket shotgun is most of the time the best option that you can go with, so we have set it, of course, up like this. We've got the 357 long barrel, the 5 milliwatt laser, of course, the lightweight trigger, the snake shot. You do definitely need this to turn your humble pistol into a shotgun, which is absolutely just wild. And of course, the stipple grip tape. Always hard to leave off the stipple grip tape. Like, it's probably one of the best attachments in the game for sure. There's not even a little bit of doubt there. This is an awesome attachment for this gun. Perk 1, we have got EOD, which gives us that explosive resistance here. Take reduced damage from non-killstreak explosives and fire, hack enemy claymores, proximity mines, C4, and trophy systems. Pretty good. Not too terrible there. Like, dying to a second C4 is always going to be preferable to dying to the first one. Like, there's just no argument there. So it is a very simple choice in my opinion. I don't really like any of the other options too much. Perk 2, we've got kill chain here. Ghost is of course always a good option as well in this slot, but getting that advanced UAV off the VTOL jet, which is off the cruise missile, is just too powerful. Like, there's just nothing that you can do about that sometimes. Like, just end up getting absolutely dominated, or you dominate the enemy team. You get that cruise missile into that triple, onto the VTOL, onto the advanced UAV, and then you just wreck shop. It's absolutely wild in this game. And of course, perk 3 is battle hardened. Reduce strength of enemy flash stun and EMP grenades, which, I mean, EMP grenades literally never come up, but flashes and stuns give you the big Ray Charles in this game, and just being blind for about half a decade is just too long. So having that time, making it a little bit shorter, is always good. The lethal I usually go with is the C4, but of course you can use whatever you like. I'm also a decent fan of the Claymore, Proximity Mine, Thermite. Like, these are all really good options. Like, you can do certainly different things with these, so take your pick here. This is always a personal choice. I do like the C4 though. And the tactical is of course always the stim shot, because only cowards use flashes and stuns in this game. You want to be a sweat god, you got to use that stim shot. Okie dokie, so starting off with our org attachments here, we've got the monolithic suppressor, of course. With the monolithic suppressor, we get the amazing bonus of sound suppression and damage range. This really does let you hit up those shots from a decent amount of range, mid-range, long-range gunfights. This thing does excel. This and the barrel attachment are really important for this particular build. Like, sound suppression is also a nice bonus here, allowing us to be more stealthy with our shots while our super stompy boots make all the noise in the world. Like, let's be real, we're not using this for its stealth capabilities. Sound suppression is nice, but it doesn't really do an awful lot for us most of the time. We do lose a little bit of aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness here, but we can cover those stats drops with our other attachment choices. The gunsmith's all about finding balance, and I'm pretty sure that's what we've done with this class here. That's why it's one of my favorites. Next, in the barrel slot here, we have got the long option. The 622mm long barrel gives us that damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Like I said, this pairs really nicely with the monolithic suppressor. Like, this really extends our range out. It's absolutely insane how good this is at range now. These two attachments are essentially the ones that give us those assault rifle properties. Again, we do lose a little bit of aim down, sight speed, and movement speed, but we can balance those out with, again, other attachments. The 407 extended barrel as well is also a pretty decent option here. Gives you very similar stats, minusing that movement speed. Like, you don't lose that movement speed drop, but you feel like you definitely do get a little bit more punch from the 6.22mm long barrel option. Basically every gun in the game, from snipers to assault rifles to SMGs, literally everything in this game could benefit by shooting a little further, a little faster, and being more accurate, and the AUG is of course no exception here. It's always hard to skip past these barrel options, but this is one of my favorites, especially in combination with our other attachments. Moving on from our 6.22mm long barrel option, we will go into the rear grip tape slot. We've got everyone's favorite attachment, the stippled grip tape, of course. You knew this was coming. Aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed with a small -2 aiming stability. Not a massive downside for one of the best attachments in the game. I'll give you a little bit of a secret here. Basically, when you use the largest barrel option on any gun, you'll always want to add on the stippled grip tape. Like, that's just a rule I live by with the gunsmith, and has served me well. There's not really much else you can say about the stippled grip tape that hasn't been said already. Like, you know what this does, you know how strong it is, and why you should use it. So yeah, just throw it on there, never look back. Like, the rubberized and granulated grip tapes suck when you compare them to the stippled one. So back up on the top row now, we have the Forge Tac CQB comb. This stock gives us that aim down sight speed at the cost of a little bit of aiming stability. And basically the other options in the stock slot here aren't really worth looking at. Like, there isn't anything special about the tac slot apart from the aim down sight bonuses that we get from this one. Like, you've got the FTAC Ultralight Hollow, which gives you aim walking movement speed, and the FSS Heavy Stock Pro, which gives us that aiming stability. So neither of these choices are actually super important. It's really, really simple to pick this one because aim down sight speed is always going to be our friend. I feel like you could also probably replace this slot with the tac laser, which gives us similar bonuses. Like, it's just that sometimes I don't like having to think about my laser. That's why we've not chosen it here. But again, this is one of the personal choices that you can make. So you can either rock the tac laser, which gives us that aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness, or you can rock the Forge Tac CQB comb. This is definitely up to you. And lastly, in the ammunition slot, we've got the 32 round mags here. Previously, we would have been running the 5.56 NATO rounds, but I've gone off them a little bit recently. Like, I feel like you just enjoy a better damage and range ratio with the recoil, like with just the normal bullets. They did buff this attachment several patches ago, and I've been recommending it since then, but I've started playing with the normal rounds a lot more often, and honestly, I think I prefer the 32 round magazines over just the 5.56 ones. I believe the AUG has a 25 round magazine capacity by default, so you'll need those extra rounds for taking out the second and third enemies that occasionally come around the corner, so this is definitely a good option for the AUG here. Alrighty guys, this is the full class setup here, basically with all the attachments that we've chosen. They are all designed to balance out the negatives that some of them give you. This is a really good combination to work with. This class absolutely stomps, as you would have seen in the background. Like, we just did so much work here. Like, we absolutely minced these blokes in both games. I think we even got caught, like, not caught. I think we even got caught a hacker at one point. Like, some dude was super upset. He thought we were hacking. Like, so good. Welcome back to all of the people who just skipped to the end of the video just so they can see the class. Thank you very much for watching this. I do appreciate it an awful lot. If this did help you out at all, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe if you are new around here. Also, maybe show this video to a friend. They might like it as much as you did, and you'll probably find a new favorite class to work with. I'll definitely see you in the next video, guys. Bye!